Welcome to Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Jessie Ott, the host of this podcast, which is all about beverage innovation. I talk with innovation pioneers from agriculture to glass. Thank you for listening, and be sure to subscribe to be notified of all new episodes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thursdays. I am Jessie Ott, and I have a great guest today, one that I found all on my own at the State Fair, KC Hensley with Momo's Michelada Mix. I'm so excited you're here. We've got a great story coming up here. So, where are you calling from, KC?
So me and my wife live in the suburbs of Austin, aka Pflugerville. It's a
Okay.
little bit north of Austin. Originally, I'm from Idaho, and she's from the Bay Area, and we've both been in Texas for her about 18 to 20 years, and I've been about 13 years.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, it's kind of hard to leave once you get there.
Got here as soon as I could, and I haven't ventured away since.
Yeah, it's a great state. Well, should we jump into the tasting? I'm super excited about it.
I know you're
Maybe we
thirsty, and
I
we don't want that beer
know.
to get warm and stuff. So
We don't
yeah.
want the beer to get warm.
So what you're about to taste is Momo's Michelada mix. It's the top-rated mix on Amazon. Although we don't want any of you listening to go to Amazon to buy it. You can buy it on our website or go to a store and get it. What's special about it is it's tomato-free. It's lemon-based.
Isn't that amazing?
The reason there's no tomato is I got inspired by the micheladas down in Nicaragua, and that is why there's no tomato. But people really appreciate that difference, and
Yep.
and
It's a
we're
huge differentiator. How many are out there that do that?
to my knowledge, I know of two other brands that don't have any tomato, but they are also very very different. They're very Worcestershire heavy,
Okay.
so you have to really love Worcestershire in order to enjoy that. Ours is like a derivative of what is familiar, but taking it in a direction that's a lot more light and refreshing. And that's what you should want out of a michelada. If you want something thick and heavy and hearty, you go the Bloody Mary route. If you want
Yeah.
something to crush all day and just enjoy that little kick of spice, but just like a nice, almost shandy flavor,
Okay.
that's what a michelada can be, and that's what we kinda go for.
And there's the International Michelada Day coming up here soon, right?
Yeah, National Michelada Day is, July 12th.
All right. So
Order some
that week is yours.
Go buy some michelada mix, wherever you can find it in Texas, or, just hop on our website and get you some ASAP.
Okay, well, that's the short version. He's got a little bit longer version that we'll get into, but we'll just do the quick tasting. That I'll do a separate posting of the tasting itself so people have it, and then all the rest of the story. So, okay, we've got the beer, right?
Yes.
We've got a 16-ounce glass with a beer and Momo's Stupid Rim Salt on the top.
Yeah.
All right, and so you just take how many ounces is this?
So that's 2 ounces. That's dummy proof. That's convenience. You could take it on the go. You could take it on a plane.
Yeah,
You could take it to the golf course. I know
smells so good.
you're always flying around and stuff, so that airplane angle strikes a
So it
chord.
just mixes itself. Check that out.
Yeah, that's why I like to pour it over the top of the beer because it doesn't settle at the bottom and it just kinda disperses throughout the rest of the beer.
We love the State Fair, my wife and I and our friends. We go every year. And there's a little spot that we like to go to, and the girls like to have German beer. And I was like, I don't really want to have a beer right now. So I go over to the stand where Casey's Momo's mix is, and I don't even know what I was going to get. And someone said, hey, you should try Momo's Michelada. It's really good. And it's made by a local. He's from Austin. And I'm like, wait, what? And I didn't really want a beer, but I was like, I got to try this, I have to try it. And so he poured me one and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how good it was. And I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever had one. I don't think I've ever had a michelada before. And so I was blown away and just sucked it down because it was hot and it was great. And, I shared it a little bit with my friends and wife. But I mean, I was like, I have to get to know this person. And so I ended up taking a picture of the bottle. I had just missed you actually. And so I took a picture of the bottle and I think I got in touch with you like, on your website or something.
Shortly after that, we got a message from you.
Yeah. 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 So that's how it went. I was like, I have to meet these people. I have to meet them. This is like incredible. And what blew me away was it smells like you smell tomato. You know what I mean? It looks tomato.
Yeah.
So
Ish.
can you want to talk about the story of how it kind of came about?
So yeah, well, I don't know where to even start. One fun thing that I like to kind of tell people, I'm not embarrassed about it or anything, but my entrepreneurial roots are very old. My first endeavor that I embarked on as an entrepreneur was renting out my dad's VHS porno collection to all my
Smart, dude.
to all my
Dude,
buddies,
that is smart.
and so, like, it was wild. I had it down. I never got caught. I would had a log, and I would rewind the movies back to where they were left off, and, I would
You had a little rental business.
yeah,
You're a
exactly.
blockbuster.
Yeah, no overhead, and I was able to just I was able to get the movies back by threatening to go tell their parents because I know where they live. Small town Idaho, stuff, but so I've been an entrepreneur for a long time, and basically, I joined the military, and then after the military, me and my buddy had our mindset towards us wanting to open a bar. We
Which
were
branch did you serve?
Navy. I was in the
Navy.
Navy,
Okay.
and my best friend was in the Marines. We both joined
Nice.
at the
Well,
same
thank you for
time.
your service.
The best response I've ever heard, and I mean it when I say it right back to you, is "You're worth it." Uh, the people in America, like, America can be, an amazing place. A lot of people will, disagree on what, um, the direction it's going, but, like, this country's worth fighting for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
Appreciate
it's
it.
my
Yeah.
pleasure to say that I served. So after the military, my buddy and I, we were naive and young, and of course, we want to open a bar someday. So we built a business plan, and I just started learning to bartend and bartending, and I would share my business plan and the fact that I wanted to own a bar with people that most likely didn't really care, but they would act like they were listening. And then one day, this lady walks in and says that her son got thrown in prison, and he was managing this bar that she has no desire to be a part of. And if I would take over the lease, I could take over the bar. And so at like 23 years old, not a lot of money or anything like that, I became a bar owner. And
That's a gift.
yeah, it's just kind of, they say what is it? The secret is you you keep saying things and putting them out there to the world.
Manifesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
manifesting, like, that's what we did essentially, and so I did that for a few years, sold it, and moved to Texas, and, uh, then I just started doing not entrepreneurial, but, like, service industry jobs and stuff like that, and
Is there anything you like the most
of
about the service industry?
I always that's a good question. So I always bartended. I hated managing or running venues or anything like that. So I love bartending, but the community of bartenders and servers and cooks and everything kind of has a special place in my heart because it's just like, you say it's a small world, it's a small city. it's an even smaller industry, and
Yeah.
it's really cool, being that crowd that likes to go out on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to go see your favorite bartenders and stuff like that, and hanging out with all your industry buddies that are working on the weekends and stuff. It's pretty special industry. That's why I got a pineapple tattoo, on my
Love it.
it's the international symbol of hospitality, and
Yeah.
it's
We
in my
learned that we went to Cuba on a cruise over Thanksgiving one year, and we learned that they have pineapples everywhere. I didn't know that until then.
well,
That's cool.
on the cruise, it might have been a different meaning.
No, in Cuba.
Okay,
We
like in
we were
hotels and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had pineapples everywhere,
yeah,
and they
so
said that's
that's
the symbol for
generally a
hospitality.
symbol of hospitality.
That's cool. I love
Yeah.
it. I
So
love pineapple.
I was the my most successful thing I've done in business was I started a Facebook group, like, back in 2013 or something like that, and that group was dedicated towards the hospitality industry, and
Okay.
it slowly grew and grew and grew, and then it actually got acquired by a tech company that wanted to kind of build the, LinkedIn for hospitality professionals, and
Really?
yeah, so they
What
looked at
is it?
my what's that?
Did they do it?
Yes, it got acquired, and I was working with them, as well as was an investor in a bar up until the pandemic, and I'll have to kind of move forward to move back to tell the story of Momo's. But yeah, I was working with this company. They were called Seasoned. I think they're still trucking along, kind of, but I was working with them, trying to help them build this platform. And then COVID happened. And when your customer base is the hospitality industry and you're a tech company just burning money, um, you have to go do layoffs. And they
Yeah.
held on to me for a little while, and then just the unknown of not knowing when the world would open back up, kind of told them like, all right, we got to cut this this guy Casey loose as well. So I got cut loose, and now I'll rewind a little bit. So back in like 2017, a buddy of mine was traveling from the southern tip of California to the southern tip of South America on his motorcycle. And
That's
unfortunately,
so crazy.
uh,
So he's doing this really cool trip on his motorcycle.
so he's traveling and he makes it to Nicaragua. I'm not following his travels or anything, but he reaches out to me because he needs help. His motorcycle broke down. None of the local mechanics had parts or access to his motorcycle parts. So it was easier for him to ship the parts to my house, buy me a plane ticket, and have me mule the motorcycle parts to Nicaragua. And of course, I got a free trip to a place I've never been before. And so I took him up on it, and we fixed his motorcycle. And coincidentally, right around that time, I was building the menu for that bar that I was invested in. So I was not drawn down there looking for inspiration. But after I got there, I quickly realized like there's not much of a craft scene there or anything. It's a little more third world than I thought. You know,
It's
they do
simple.
simple stuff. They got one beer in two flavors, light and dark. It's, called Tonya, and they also only have a couple different varieties of liquors. Of course, they got rum, Flor de Caña. They might have, like, Jose Cuervo, Johnny Walker Black, the super legacy, like, they've been around forever, global brands, Smirnoff, very simple stuff, not very elevated cocktail programs,
Not 16 types of vodkas and bourbons and all the
not
fun
like
things.
what we're used to here, and so I saw them making micheladas, and even though I was not a michelada fan at the time, I decided to see what their michelada is all about, and it just blew me away. Um, uh, I enjoyed it, which I had never enjoyed a michelada before that, like the tomato base, heavy, like inconsistent, like those canned RTD micheladas are just really kind of watery tomatoes and stuff like that. Never
Oh,
did anything for me. And also didn't like really sit well with like my stomach acid and stuff like that. I have acid reflux issues. And so I tried this michelada. I planned on going to the pharmacy to grab some Prilosec afterwards and just deal with the repercussions. I really enjoyed the michelada and I didn't have any issues. And right then and there, I was like, okay, I want to make micheladas like they do down there for my guests and put it on our menu at our bar. So I just started doing a bunch of note taking and talking to the bartenders, and no one really gave me a recipe, but they gave me some directions, and I was able to look at local ingredients and stuff and just kind of formulate like a rough plan of how I wanted to accomplish this and what the flavor should ultimately be. And I texted my wife, my now wife, who was my then girlfriend, Marissa, aka Momo. Momo is her nickname, which
oh,
is
that's awesome.
hence that's the name of our business. And
Very
also
cool.
as a tip of the hat to where the inspiration derives, there's a volcano in Nicaragua called Momo. So it's a tip of the hat to where the inspiration came from, as well as a dedication to my partner. So
Very cool. Isn't that kismet?
it's nice. I try to I try to do things like that. I love alliteration. Our daughter's name is Bianca Bay, so it just kind of rolls off the tongue. Momo's Michelada Mix.
Yeah, it works.
So yeah, I texted her from Nicaragua, talked about how much I loved their micheladas, and we actually have a screenshot of that little two-part conversation. And she was like, "Really? You don't even like micheladas? This must be good." And so I was like, "Yeah, it's amazing. I can't wait to come home and make it for you."
Was it a popular bar drink in Nicaragua?
Yeah, they were making a lot of them because there's not a lot of options.
Right.
You got light beer, dark beer.
Beer. Yeah.
You got your couple liquors, and then you gotta play around with it.
Do they normally use the light beer, or is it a combo of both, or it just depends on the customer?
I That's something I don't remember. I only remember
Okay.
Tonya,
Yeah.
but in moving way ahead, my favorite beer with Momos is actually darker beers like Victoria or Negro Modelo. Those kind of like they're light, but they have a little malty body to it, which is nice. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
So,
that's where everything kind of started. Came back to the States with
can I ask some more questions
yeah,
first?
yeah.
Okay. So, when you're sitting there and you're talking, you're seeing all these drinks, and they probably make huge batches of it in buckets, I presume, probably daily. Was there anything that surprised you outside of the no tomato of any natural ingredient that you were shocked that they were actually using?
So I wasn't preview to any of the ingredients that they were using.
Right. That's fair enough.
All I knew was that it tasted fantastic. It was light and bright and refreshing. That was the difference because our typical micheladas that I've ever seen or served before Momo started were very heavy and, heavy, salty, hearty,
Yeah.
something it kind of weighs you down, makes you feel heavy,
Heavy.
very imbalanced, you can drink one and then you move to something like drink a regular light beer or whatever to balance things out.
Okay.
Whereas down there, I was just like, it was light flavored, it was refreshing, had a perfect little kick of spice. I'm
Yeah.
sitting in the jungle beer and drinking these beers just one after another, and then waking up the next day with a little hangover and drinking them again. That was the difference is just it has to
Did
be
you
light.
notice any difference from bar to bar, or are they pretty similar?
No, and that's so there was no difference bar to bar. Not that I could like
Discern.
actually
Yeah.
extract that flavor. So completely different experience from what I'm used to because micheladas are consistently inconsistent. Like two bartenders working behind the same bar will make two different versions of what they think a michelada tastes like. And you might enjoy it, you might not, but the next one you get, chances are it's not going to taste the same because they're just doing a hodgepodge of whatever they feel like that moment. But they might put a little extra effort into it one day because they're not that busy, and then the next day you just get tomato juice beer, you know. So being able to just order a michelada and know what you expect is a game changer, and that's part of what we want. That's the opportunity for us actually, uh, because we want to create a high quality standard for micheladas so that people can go and order micheladas confidently from bars that have momos and enjoy their brunch or uh, their their bar outing, if you will, with some micheladas.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, so thank you for bringing that up. I didn't prompt you to say that, but that's like honestly the biggest problem that we like when I go to a bar to sell it. I more so lean on the fact that we off what we're selling is operational efficiency and consistency, and then a nice little added bonus is it tastes phenomenal. So
And this is a liter?
yeah.
And is this so how, like what sizes do they come in?
So that's our 1 liter. That's 34 ounce. We don't use like the 32-ounce bottles that disguise themselves as a liter or whatever. We use a true liter, and then we have a 16-ounce bottle, actually. So 16-ounce bottle kind of looks like a barbecue.
Oh yeah, it does.
That's
It's
good for
cute.
us 8 beers. And then you already brought it up, but here's this mini on the
One
go
beer.
convenience, not as cost effective, but it's all about convenience when you're doing
It's
this.
convenience. Yeah. Like 7-Eleven or something.
Yeah, plus, because our bottles are a little more expensive than other bottles, it's nice to have like a smaller option that people can try and see if they like it before they invest on buying the
Yeah.
the big bottle.
And how many ounces are is this again?
2, 60. Yes. So just a little bit of mix does a lot.
Yep. And you just pour it on top, no ice. And then talk about what are the prices for those
So
on your
if
website?
you're talking to retail, it's about $20 for the big bottle.
Okay.
That ranges. If you go on Amazon, it's like $25 because we factor in shipping and stuff
Yep.
like that. This bottle generally goes for about 12. Mini bottles should go for about 250 to $3 a bottle.
Nice. Okay.
And our stupid rim salt, it's this goes for about 6. It's kind of our new product. It's obviously we
Great.
call it our stupid rim salt. It's kinda like our bastard product, you know, like, we think our michelada mix is the best, and you don't need to add any bells and whistles to it, but if you're gonna do anything, add our stupid rim salt to it. It's got a bit of a citrusy dill flavor with some salt and some jalapeno. Uh, Great on cucumbers.
There's jalapeno.
Yes, there's
I'm like,
jalapeno in there.
cause I was like, did that come from the salt or the actual, momos? But yeah, okay, that makes sense. Interesting. It's
Yep.
delicious together.
The bigger black pieces in there are actually a black Hawaiian lava salt,
Oh, it's good.
not peppers or not black pepper.
Black pepper. Do bars? Do they take the stupid rim salt
Some of them
sometimes?
have. We don't really push it. Like I said, it's
You
kind of
don't.
like
Okay.
It's like our product that we created, and we don't care too much about it, but we also kind of created a monster because basically the story behind this. Sorry, I go on tangents, but everything has kind of a funny.
No, I want to hear about it because it's awesome.
So I don't want to throw any shade towards people that really enjoy tahini, but tahini has a lot of citric acid in it. When you take a lick of it and then try to enjoy something after it, really everything just kind of goes flat. It ends up taking away all the flavor of what comes behind it. And I love tahini on like pineapples or mangoes and stuff like that. I love that spicy, citrusy, sweet combo. But when people were putting it on the rim of our glass, we were like taking a little bit too much offense by it because we already knew that it didn't complement our mix. And for that reason, we didn't want people putting it on the rim of the glass. So that's why we kind of set out to create our version of what a
Would
rim
go
salt
well.
would go
Yeah.
well with Momo's should you need it for like the Instagram photos or whatever.
Right.
But also, another pro fact is bartenders are quickly getting burnt out with all the tajín and stuff like that. It gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like licking their glasses, and it's become an annoyance for a lot of bartenders. I can't speak for everyone, but
Gotcha.
so again,
And
another reason to call it the stupid rental.
so when you go out and talk to the bars, are you talking to the owners or bartenders then? You kind of working through your network.
So, when we go in and we try to sell it, we ask for a decision maker, but we're not the brand that like just shows up, and if the decision maker isn't there, there's no benefit of being there, Like so we understand that especially as bartenders, like it's so annoying when sales reps are showing up and just like lingering, waiting for the bar manager, and they want nothing to do with just regular servers, bartenders, bar backs, whatever. And we're cut from the same cloth, so we try to give them samples. We have good conversations with them. Sometimes if we're not too busy or we're trying to avoid traffic, we'll order a beer and just like enjoy it and tip them well and get on our way. We go in looking for a decision maker, but we don't get discouraged when they're not there. We
Yeah.
just make the most of it and just we want to like once the decision maker makes a decision, then those bartenders and barbacks are our champions. We need them
Right. 100%.
to
You just trained them.
we, we need them to fall in love with it. We need them to get in their manager's ear that they should carry this stuff. It's actually really good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
100%. Are you focused on Hispanic accounts or just everything?
honestly, no. We aren't focused on any particular establishment. We got golf courses, hotels, vegan spots, brunch spots, golf courses. We've got
Nice. Oh, that's a great idea.
some Mexican restaurants. We're all over the place in like our targeting because we're not really targeting any one particular person. We want to reintroduce people to micheladas because we want to. There's the few people that actually know what a michelada is. A lot of them don't like them because they, like myself, have had very kind of subpar experiences with micheladas. Nothing to get excited about, and like you hopped on like I got excited by the micheladas and I had to text my wife and take a bunch of notes. You got excited and you had to like go meet the owner and the owner wasn't there, so you tracked me down, Like,
Yeah.
the
I was on a mission.
that's
This
the
product was good.
that's the reaction and the that's what we're going for. And really, anyone with a mouth can experience that aha
Yeah.
moment. So we don't like really just try to focus on Mexican restaurants or heavy markets or anything like that.
Brunch spots would be perfect.
Brunch spots are great. And also, a lot of people are kind of set in their ways. Mexican restaurants, they've been serving a michelada for however many years their restaurant's been open. And to them, it's fine. Or some of them are like, I love this, my michelada mix. But most of them are just taking Bloody Mary mix and adding all these different things to make it their own. They're not actually creating like a michelada mix that's meant to be a
Right.
michelada from scratch, So that's a very rare thing to see is someone building everything from scratch. Most people are using like Clamato or a
Yeah.
Bloody Mary mix to kind
Or
of
tomato
get their
juice and
start, and then they kind of. But what we really aim for is the people that are just pouring Bloody Mary mix and zhuzhing it up and calling that a michelada. That's our target. But if they take pride in making their micheladas from scratch, and then so be it. But the one thing we will say, and this is humble confidence, if you can make a better michelada than us, you should bottle it and sell it. But if you can't, we would love to just like take that off your hands and like let us do what we're good at, and like
Yeah,
let's
for
try and
sure.
create that high quality standard for micheladas and just like create a nice operational efficiency and put some respect on micheladas that is kind of uh it's not really there. Like a lot of people are just like, whatever.
Can I go back just for a second? So you're in Nicaragua. You're texting your wife. You're like, we have to figure this out for the bar that you're working in. So what's the first thing you do when you get home? Like, how do you go about doing this?
You enter a michelada competition.
What?
It was just a random coincidence. A buddy, through an acquaintance, I would say rather, he posted something on Facebook about a michelada competition, and I was like, "All right, bet." And so, like, the michelada competition,
How much time
uh,
did you have?
I had like a month, but I
Oh my
didn't
gosh.
I didn't start really doing anything till the night before. So, yeah, because in theory, like, I didn't realize that I was onto something so special, I
Fair.
just wanted to just kinda use that inspiration and kind of tweak things up a little bit to be able to figure out how to make that michelada that I remembered. I actually, through the course of the night, we actually got a really good result and then the next day we went to that competition and we actually won it.
Holy smokes, bro.
So, so
That is awesome.
So it was that from that moment forward, I knew it wasn't just my own taste buds. It wasn't subjectively good. It was objectively good for others. So then I just started serving it to patrons at my bar and stuff for, I guess it would have been about a year and a half before COVID happened. Also, shortly before COVID, I got tracked down by someone from Whole Foods. They were like a forager or a buyer or something like that, looking at adding a michelada mix, and they had heard that ours was really good. So they wanted to test the waters and see if we were ready. We were not ready. We didn't even have that in consideration. But that was another case point where I'm like, okay, this is really, really good. Objectively, this is
Yep.
good. People,
When a buyer from Whole Foods comes to your bar,
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So,
that's pretty amazing.
so that created a pretty strong itch that in the back of my mind, I wanted to scratch that itch. And then pandemic happened. Eventually, lost my job. My wife was a bartender. She lost her job, and then So I just like workshopped it for a little while, trying to come up with like what should I do next? It'd be cool if me and my wife could do something together. And then I tried to come up with different names, and Momo's Michelada mix just kind of struck. And I was like, okay. And then I took it to my wife and I was like, guess what? We're going to start a Michelada business. And bless her heart, she's always like, when you're the partner of an entrepreneur, you're kind of, unfortunately, the unpaid labor. Um,
Yeah.
she was like always helping me with different events and she was helping me at the ticket counter for events that we would do, and she would help me moderate my community that I started. And yeah, so what I essentially want to do is like, look, I'm bringing you to the forefront. You're the queen bee. I'm the worker bee. Um, we're going to make this brand and it's going to be ours and we're going to work together. And so that's kind of
Did you
how it
get the
all.
card of the buyer from Whole Foods so you could show it to him?
No, but I've been in touch with them a couple, or they've been in touch with me a couple times. We got some sodium benzoate in our mix, which is on their no list for ingredients.
Okay.
So, and that's the one thing that's keeping us from Whole Foods. So we're trying to replicate our recipe without it and make sure that we have the shelf stability and what to be able to go into Whole Foods. And if we get that right, then we'll just have a nicer, cleaner ingredients list.
Yeah.
Our mix is already pretty. It's got a clean label. Basically, everything on there you can buy from the grocery store. So it's not made in a science lab or anything like that. It was made by a bartender and or two bartenders, and she is more well versed in culinary and stuff like that. So cooking and stuff like that. Ultimately, together, her and I created a better version than that original one that I won that competition with. And that's what we went to market with.
Gotcha.
We just started in our kitchen, 5-gallon buckets and a half a pallet of glass bottles and taking them to a farmer's market. And now we have statewide Texas distribution and we're top rated mix on Amazon. And heck, there's Michelin star restaurants making micheladas with Momos now.
Hey,
Call
that's awesome.
the Cowboys golf course carries it, and really cool hotels have it in their hotel amenities, their mini bars and stuff like that.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. So, do you have any mentors or resources that you want to mention or talk about that helped you on this journey?
I gain a lot basically from I gain the most from going to podcasts, honestly. Like there's a few that
Same.
that come to mind that I would mention. Like Startup CPG is great. Um Startup to Scale is another good one. I love people like Gary Vaynerchuk and
Yep.
Grant
Everybody loves
Cardone
Gary.
and those guys, Jim Rohn, OG. I love what Tony Robbins says, but I can't stand the way he says it, so I don't listen to Tony Robbins too much, but he's pretty cool. And on a local level, I've got a couple people that have really been helpful, like Daniel Barnes. Um, he he's done a lot. He was involved with Waterloo Seltzers, the
Oh, wow.
Ladybird soda in mixers is a kind of a new brand. Treaty Oak whiskey and Waterloo gin, to name a few. And he's been really helpful. And another one is the CEO of Super Coffee, Jimmy DeChico. Jimmy's been helpful.
Nice.
But yeah, there's a lot of people that have helped us along.
That's great. That's great. What about any pain points that you've been able to overcome that you want to?
Oh, that's every day. Every day is
Yeah, being small, startup, it's tough.
so we're trying to do it a a non-typical way. We're trying to do it as bootstrapped. What we've kind of learned to understand is if you start raising money, you become a fundraising business.
Yes.
And we are trying to keep our business a us. We want to grow, we want to be profitable, but we also want to be set in our core values and design our life the way on our terms. So we're bootstrapped. Um, we're constantly there's never money to do the things that we want to do as far as like buying new packaging and or hiring professionals that have been there, done that. I love our first couple hires are great, but they were green and they are still learning, um, but they are starting to become a lot more effective and efficient with their time, their results and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's just a constant pain point trying to do anything and everything that we can to uh, bring attention to ourselves and just kind of just try to get people to try our product. And because that's really our philosophy is talk is cheap. So just
Just
try it.
taste it.
Just taste it. Like I'm doing all this rambling, all this talking. You'll be a believer once you taste it.
Try it.
And, so yeah, any particular I'd like to come up with like at least one example. I want to say something that I'm proud of us is we have stayed true to our standards. There's been instances in our early days, our refrigerator stopped working, and we had no idea how long our lemon juice was in there at a non-cold temperature, and we basically threw away what at the time felt like a crippling amount of lemon juice away because it couldn't be trusted.
Yeah.
And I could see other people just like winging it and saying like it'll probably be fine. Just like trying to sometimes the decisions you make are hard, but listen to
Yeah.
your gut and recognize what your standards truly are in that moment.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. So, what's your outlook for Momos? What's your next steps?
Well, the mission is to become the high quality standard of micheladas. So what that means is we want to be behind every bar as their michelada option. We don't want to replace the Bloody Mary because you're just doing the same thing in reverse. A
Yeah.
Bloody Mary is a Bloody Mary and a Michelada is a Michelada. In a pinch, you can use both our products for the other side, but if you want to put the best foot forward for Micheladas, use Momos. Use your Bloody Mary option for your Bloody Marys. Are we going to be in every bar in the next year? No, I don't think so. We just want to continue to grow and bring on good quality stewards of our brand and get to profitability and hire a few more people. And
Yeah.
that's kind of business as usual. This next year, we are probably going to step back from doing so many in-person events, do more in-store tastings, and we're going to attempt to figure out how to do well on TikTok
There you
shop.
go. You got to hire those young kids to do it for you.
We got invited into an incubator program thanks to our friend from Super Coffee. He had some friends at TikTok
That's
and
cool.
they brought us into basically a fast track to be successful on TikTok. So we just got to dedicate our efforts towards it and
Yeah.
trust the process. So in a year, look for us on TikTok shop.
All right. One thing I meant to ask you is What kind of place or a lot of like this younger generation, are they educated on what a michelada is, or is there a lot of people that don't know what it is?
Yeah, so let's look at the full Michelada market pie. 7 in 10 people don't know what it is, have never tried it before. 3 in 10 people know what it is, have tried it, and who knows whether they enjoyed it or not. Those are the numbers that I've been able to get. The younger crowd, I'd say our market really kind of starts to develop around 25 years old. Generally, they're kind of out adulting, doing their own. They've been there and tried a lot of different things, and a lot of them will open their mind to trying micheladas and stuff.
Yeah, good.
In general, though, I've noticed big brands like Modelo and Dos Equis with commercials on different streamers, and like I saw one during the Super Bowl for their canned chiladas and stuff. So I just think it's obviously we know the Latin Hispanic market is growing and all that influence is spreading. So yeah, I think people are becoming more aware of micheladas, and with I don't mind having a blank slate when I first
Yeah.
encounter someone, because
Yeah.
I find it very difficult to see someone moving from Momo's to like a styrofoam michelada cup or the other michelada mixes that are on the market. Yeah, no
Gotcha.
shade to any other mix out there. It's just they're a lot more Bloody Mary than michelada, in my subjective opinion.
Gotcha. Well, as Howard would say, KC, you've come on and you've said it all. Do you want to play a rapid fire game? These are easy.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
If you were a cocktail, which one would you be?
I'm not gonna go with what's obvious.
Right. Okay, good.
I would be a whiskey soda bitters.
Nice.
Just a highball with some bitters and a little,
Yeah, that sounds good.
it's yeah,
What's your favorite movie?
labyrinth.
Do you have a favorite movie line?
Nothing, tra-la-la, or smells bad. That's from my favorite character, Ludo. Here's a fun fact about Casey, which I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but if you're
Yeah.
watching, you can see that I have a labyrinth tattoo. I got Hoggle on one side, and I have David Bowie as Jareth on the other side.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Awesome, awesome. What about your favorite food?
It's either tiramisu or
Mm,
Greek gyros.
good. Good choices. Favorite place to travel?
Moon Bay,
Nice. I'd love to get out there one day.
my
That
fave.
is cool.
There's a
Yeah.
lighthouse that we stay in. It's magical. It's like a little hostel, and it overlooks the water, of course. It's a lighthouse, and hmm, that's where I need to go for a reset.
Yep. Reset. Yeah, it sounds lovely. Especially in Texas. Texas heat in the summer and all the rain. Is there anything else that you want to say that you haven't said? Maybe your website where they can buy your product?
We would appreciate all the follows on social media. So at Momo's Michelada, you're leaving off the mix for the social media, but Momo's Michelada will take you to our website. There's a store locator map. That's in our hierarchy of where we want you to buy Momo's. We want you to either buy it from a store, buy it from our website, or in worst case scenario, buy it off of Amazon. If you do buy it on Amazon, please leave a review so we can maintain that top rated Michelada. What would that be?
Rating? Rating?
Validation. That's my validator.
You in liquor stores as well as grocery?
Yeah, it's best to go to our store locator, because when I say we're in Total Wine, we're not in every single Total Wine.
Every single one,
And we're
yeah.
not in every single Albertsons or Tom Thumb, Goody Goody. Central
Yeah.
Market. So chances are, like, if you put your zip code in on our store locator, you'll see what's
You'll find
closest
it.
to you.
Okay.
But those are some of the stores that carry it. Specs, if you live in Texas, Twin, there's a few of those that carry it.
Cool. All right, KC. I'm extremely excited for you and your wife. And I love the product, as you know, how much I love it. And it was really fun hearing the story and talking to you. And we made it. Somehow we made it before July 12th. So we can post it in time for Michelada Day, which is, you said, July 12th?
Yes, July 12th.
Okay.
Go get yourself a Michelada. It doesn't even have to be Momo's. Just spread love and drink micheladas together. Invite
There you
more
go.
people to your table to enjoy cocktails.
I love it. I
All right.
love it. All right, Casey, I'm going to let you get back to it. But
Thank you.
take care. Thanks again.
That
I
was
really appreciate it. Okay, bye-bye.
Produced by Fedora J Productions. Tune in next Thursday and have a great week.